I wanted to be a congressman when I saw Jack Kennedy at work in the South fighting racism. And I knew then what a good man could do in public office using political power to do good things. And I knew that instead of being what I thought I would be, a political journalist, I wanted to be a political actor. I wanted to be somebody who made those kinds of decisions. The civil rights thing was changed by young people at the grassroots, not from Washington down, but from the grassroots up. And if we want to change what's wrong with Washington or Salem or Olympia today, young people who've got the future, they're going to inherit more of the result than the rest of us are going to have to organize and work from the grassroots up too. That's how the Vietnam War ended. That's how civil rights, we made progress. We're not done, but we've got a lot of work to do, and we need that energy. We really need their energy, and they need to know that they can do it because it's been done before. I'm told that in the Senate dining room, you hardly ever see anybody dining, that Republicans and Democrats don't even want to be seen in the same room together. And it's like they're agents of foreign governments. And that hurts me badly because I'm an institutional guy. I believe in the Congress as an institution. I certainly don't like the direction it's gone, and I think it has forgotten its democratic values. My advice will be to go back to what we did right after the '68 election, when the Democrats got clobbered then too. We lost this presidency, we lost Senator Wayne Morse, we got Spiro Agnew, everything looked hopeless. And they put together a two-day weekend conference at Timberline Lodge. And every state can do this, where young people were invited who were known to be active in various causes and some politics. And they learned how to, they learned, first of all, they weren't alone. They met a couple hundred people from throughout the state that shared their values. They learned about the issues. They learned about how to debate. They learned how to organize. They learned parliamentary procedure. They made networks that served them. And out of that came, in Oregon alone, 2 governors, 1 Secretary of State, 1 Attorney General, 2 congressmen, any number of state legislators, a whole generation. And so I think the party owes itself and its posterity the same thing, and I would recommend that sort of thing to get people going again. You know, when you think about our founders, every one of them had as a central part of their lives, no matter what they did, some civic involvement, involvement in public affairs. Any of us can write letters, any of us can attend meetings, any of us can do those sorts of things. Just do one thing, you know, wake up and think about, okay, what am I going to do this week, next week, and do something, because, you know, it's a sad thing. This lack of participation is really quite real. The United States is 26th of all developed countries in the number of voting age adults who have registered to vote. And only 36% of all American adults can name the 3 branches of government or explain what they do. Now, here's the consequence of that. That kind of ignorance, if not corrected by the people themselves and leaders who understand the problem and work with them, will lead to something that will forfeit this experiment that we created in 1776. How we spend our time defines who we are. And if we don't spend some of our time working to improve government, improve life, government is not an abstraction. Government is everything we're living with. It shapes what we're living with. If we don't do something to help shape that, then we're opting out, and somebody else will fill the void, and it may not be democratic, and we don't want that. We don't want that. And there's only one way to make a difference in a democracy. Either we vote to make the change, or we sit on the sidelines and someone else will do it for us. And because there will be a decision made. And if it's made by candidates who become representatives only on the basis of a national turnout of registered voters of, say, 36%, then that's not a democratically represented institution. And we end up getting laws that don't reflect what everyone wants. Then you get more cynicism. And then more people may then be tempted to turn off. And then pretty soon, a man on the white horse is going to come through with all these simple answers. And that's not too hard to imagine, as a matter of fact. And simple answers. And let's not worry about the time-consuming democracy. Let's just cut to the chase, and I'll get it done for you. Only I can solve this problem. Well, that is very dangerous.